Let's refresh over here. Okay. It looks like we're live. I don't know if you see it on your end, Kelsey. Oh, sweet. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's make sure that this is turned all the way off. And this is how we're going to look at comments if anybody shows up, because I did not announce this. This is an impromptu live. Okay, so let me show you guys around real quick, okay? So this is where I do my cutting. We'll just go on a little adventure here. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of weeds here. These will end up being flowers, I think, or they're weeds. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's like the nice little pathway here. This started off as a small plant, and now it's huge. So all the aloe verde we want. These are sisuis. It's a terrible idea to put these in your backyards. I wouldn't recommend it. They do look nice, though, and they're pretty. And they're big enough that you could hang a hammock in here if you wanted to. They will destroy your sidewalk and or fence, though, and potentially your foundation in your neighbor's pool. This is the fun cutting stand. Oh, Kelsey, do you want to turn the volume up over there real quick and just make sure that I can actually be heard? Because I didn't test out this microphone. So we're going to do two things today. One, we're going to do some test cutting for the upgraded swordier 18C. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is refilming a short video with Glamdring, the swordier version of Glamdring, because I did a skit in which it would have been perfect for it, and I didn't do it. So I also got a wizard hat for that. And it looks like the volume's working, so this is perfect. Okay. So we're going to set this here. See if you can see that. Okay, perfect. These are the two swords we're going to be talking about today. Both of them are from Swordier. One of them is the Glamdring reproduction. This is the older one. Apparently they make one now with a blue handle. And this is their upgraded 18C. So, and then let me just show you my beautiful camera woman. Here she is. So she'll be doing some videos for me. Make sure you can still see that. Okay, so let me show you guys these real quick. Can you hold that, please? Thank you. This is, hello, Scarlett. Nice to see you. So this is the, yes, I am live, in case you are wondering. This is the Swordier Glamdring sword. And then this is the upgraded Swordier 18C. I had one subscriber that I guess really liked the Glamdring one, but wanted a review on the 18C as well. So if they happen to be watching, then they can take a look at these, see which one they like. The Glamdring one is obviously longer. It has a gentle leaf-shaped blade. You guys might, depending on the distance and the angle, you guys might not even be able to see that. Hey, how's it going? KF1, nice to see you. Okay, so real fast, we're going to try and recreate the silly short I did where I push on a wood board and then chop the water bottle, except this time we're going to do it with the Glamdring sword. So we'll put this back. And then I also decided to get a wizard hat for this. How do I look with my wizard hat? Very silly, I'm sure. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one water bottle under here, because sometimes if the angle is too great, the water bottle just falls. So hopefully that'll work. Then I'll get my magical staff. And this might be a little far. Let's get this up. Maybe I need two water bottles under here. This is totally maybe going to work. Maybe I need 3 water bottles under here. Oh my gosh, my wizard. Armored sweatpants always seems to do cutting with like wizard robes and a wizard hat. Although his hat looks nicer than mine, I think. Let's test this out. All right, camera woman, are you ready? Because this will definitely probably go right the first time, yes? Am I even going to be able to reach? I'm not even going to be able to reach. You shall not pass. I missed the word. You shall not pass. All right, well, it kind of worked. This is a weird experience because this is like the first time I've had people watch me cut live. It's like if you're driving or something, and then all of a sudden people watch you drive, all of a sudden you're going to start making mistakes. This is something I've never tried before. I'm going to try and see if I can just hit 2 of these bottles. This is already leaning to the side. This is not going to work. I barely have to hit way harder than that. Well, I got one. Oh, I kind of got you. I kind of did it. Did you happen to record any of that?
I got like a little bit of it.
Okay, great.
Blades, 499 said it counts.
Thank you.
Yes, the stomp KF1.
All right. Well, I think. Oh, I'm off camera. I think we're gonna leave the wizard hat alone now. That is hard to see in. I'm gonna put this away. Real fast. Let me just dry this off real quick. Found a good use for the wizard hat. All right, and then I think we're gonna relocate to our traditional cutting area. Sorry, people, if you happen to be motion sensitive. So here's some of our testing mediums that we have for today, because we will be doing issue test. And then I also got a hiking boot. So we'll test that out with the new swordier 18C. Then we have some water bottles here. I don't know if you can see those. For some no distance cuts. And then we have a couple of old water jugs and milk jugs. And yeah, okay, so I'm trying to think where the best place is to put you guys. That seems kind of far. That's good. Let's do it closer. These are the citrus trees. Get tons of delicious citrus. All right, I think that'll probably work. We'll just take this moment to look at the comments real fast. All right, Blades, nice to see you. Okay, if you guys are still here, is there any particular test that you would like to see first? Because we're going to do the 0 distance cuts, the shoe test. At some point, I didn't get my magazine, but I should get a magazine out for the magazine, the floating paper cut. Is there one that you guys would like to see me attempt first? And I'm going to go grab my sword real fast. All right, so here is the upgraded swordier 18C. Give you guys some close looks. Also, hopefully you guys don't just hear me breathe a bunch the whole time. Goodness gracious. Oh, I don't know if I have a potato. I'm gonna have to check. But yeah, so here's close-up looks of this. I really like this pommel. Here's the peen. Here's the stitching. Has a wider blade than the last one. The last one, the base of the blade was something like 2.5 inches, and this one is like 2 3/4, so it's a little bit wider. The boot, huh? Okay. All right, I guess we'll start with the boot first and see how it goes. So you guys are gonna get a little bit of the behind the scenes of how I film these. So here's the boot we're gonna try out. This is gonna be the first time doing a hiking shoe, and I actually decided to get one that was a little bit smaller. This is like a size, what is this? Size 6. So I figured if it was bigger, it actually might be easier to cut through. And so a smaller one I think might be more rigid and more difficult. So we'll see. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sword vs. Shoe. Today we have a hiking boot, and we have the Swordier 18C. We're going to see if the sword can beat it. First, we'll do our drop test. If the sword just goes straight through, then there's nothing else we need to do. If it doesn't go straight through, then we'll try a thrust. After that, we're going to do a light wrist cut, and then we'll do a more dedicated cut and see what happens. Here. Just so you guys know, I have to then go edit out all the terrible mistakes that I made and all the weird breathing that I do. Okay, let's see. Drop test. Oh. Well, here it is. Went through right away, so we don't have to do any thrusting. Chat, here's that. Now, do we take a second to get a potato? So I would potentially use citrus. The thing is that it's so acidic that it can do stuff to your blade, which I don't necessarily want. Let me see if we have a potato. Hold on, guys. Sorry, no potato. All right, we're doing family dinner right now, so you might have just heard some stuff over there. But sorry, no potato. Okay, we're gonna move on to the wrist cut, and then we're gonna do the dedicated cut. You guys see? All right. You ready, baby? On this one, we're going to do a light wrist cut and see what happens. I am very surprised. I honestly, I have no idea where that hit. Well, I couldn't tell you guys. I think this is the first shoe where there's like actually almost no visible damage from the light wrist cut. I'm gonna do one more. I will do one more light wrist cut, see what happens. Okay. There's a little bit of damage there. overall seems pretty good. So from a glancing blow, I think this actually would have been pretty protective. Like, oh, don't know if you guys can see that. Actually, pretty good. So okay, so hiking shoes might be the way. So that would have been pretty protective, I think, overall. Yeah, the smaller shoe might actually be more effective. I should do a test with that sometime. Get the exact same shoe and have one in like size 6, one in size 8, one in size 12, and see if they behave differently. Dude, the people at the shoe store are gonna be so confused. Like, why does this guy keep coming and buying 3 pairs of shoes every week? All right. On this one, we're gonna do a more dedicated cut. See what happens. Oh. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Well, the dedicated cut still went through. So, against a real cut, your foot would still be in trouble. So I'll give you guys a look at this. Okay, so I went way harder than I needed to, because I was like, dang, it worked so well against the small one. I'm gonna have to go pretty hard. So yeah, that was oh, and that went right into the wood. Here, let's take a look at the sword and see how it held up. I was somewhat abusive. So I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see. That's where it went into the wood. So there's a little bit of scuffing, but it doesn't look like the edge rolled at all. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Typically, the first cut that I like to do with these swords is the 0 distance cuts, because to me that tells me how sharp the sword is. Like if it's not very sharp, it just doesn't seem to go through those. So I want to do a couple of those real quick. On this one, I'm going to try and get the sword as close as I can to the bottom, and then just try to draw the sword through and see what happens. All right, but not as smooth as I wanted. That could have been me, though. Still got through, but I think we can do better. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, you guys can see. Tiny little cut. That actually, I'm glad you guys saw that, because one, you can see that a sharp sword, if you do this cut wrong, just basically pushes the bottle. That was terrible. That was terrible. Here's that bottle in case you guys want to see it. Rough. I'm going to try starting at a different part of the sword and see if that makes it drop better. Let's see. Not quite. I mean, it got through the whole bottle. But I'm looking for those beautiful statics. Let's try on the other side. That one seemed a little bit cleaner in the sense that the bottle didn't get pushed as far. I think we'll try one more on each side. I don't want to run out of all my bottles. Oh, so close. All right, so that one almost stayed on the stand. Right there. Well, interesting little slice on that. You guys are all very supportive. Oh, nice. Someone bought it after watching the comparison video. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy it. So far, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It is pretty easy to use. I think what I want to try now is a couple of combination cuts on some of the bigger jugs, and we'll see how it goes. Yes, this is the new one. So it's a little bit broader at the base. And I don't know if it goes to quite so fine a point. The point is reinforced like a tiny bit. All right. On this one, we're going to try a combination cut. I'm going to try cutting from different angles, and we'll see how many cuts I can get. Well, what happens typically is I get so excited to do the third cut that I start turning the sword too early, and then I ruin the second cut, which is what happened here, and it got knocked off. But we'll take this opportunity to test out a cut on a mostly empty bottle and see what happens. See if this ends up flying towards the camera. That'd be hilarious. Hacked off a small piece there. I think we still got enough bottle that we can try it again. Maybe I'll try thrust on it as well. See what happens. Doing a thrust on an empty bottle is a little bit harder, obviously, because it's nothing holding it down. So we just get pushed away. Like that. Do one more. Try and just cut through it. Took off another piece. Very nice. We'll just move this out of the way, grab another one. All right, quick note to self. Don't change the angle of your sword until you finish your cut. Try a horizontal cut on this. Well, I think the sword is performing well. I don't know if I'm performing well. All right. We got one more. Let me check out some comments here real quick. Give me a chance to breathe. Oh yeah, $239 for a sword. Also, yeah, like the first time I heard about the 18C was like 10 years ago, and the only one available was from Albion. And at the time, it was like $1,300. The vid is flipped. Oh. I see. No, I'm not left-handed. My son is, though. And apparently all the top fencers are, so maybe he'll end up being a top fencer. Yeah, okay. We'll try slowing down a little bit. Follow KF1's advice. See if we get it. Alas. Well, actually, let me show you guys some of the rings. Now you can see it's not super jagged. This is maybe a tiny bit. But the sword's performing well. All right, let's try a couple of doubles. The tip I got from Eric is to get the cap slightly muddy, so that way they're easier to stack. So the first double I'm going to go for is the true edge to false edge. That one is the easiest in my opinion. The second easiest is the X one. The one after that is the roundhouse or around the world one. On this one, we're going to try a couple of double cuts, see how it goes. Just barely nicked it a little bit. You can do better. Although, I think with this one, we'll just... Sorry, I know some of you guys hate that. We'll put that one on the top. All right. This top one's a little deformed. Let's see if that stays on there. All right, here we go. Do the intro one more time. On this one, we're going to try a couple of double cuts using the swordier upgraded 18C and see how it goes. Aside from me slipping, here's the first cut. Here's the second one. I don't know if you guys can see it. The lighting's not great. Oh, Eric, welcome. I wonder if you can stab through the bottom one and keep it on the blade as you cut the second bottle. Well, I've never tried that, but I guess we're gonna have to try now. All right, let me go grab a couple more bottles real fast. BRB. Stand is a little deformed. All right, on this one, we're gonna go for the X one. See how it goes. Not too bad. I think these are the two. Oh, yeah, not bad. We'll try the, what is it, the roundhouse? That one's a little bit harder because your sword has to travel further. See how that goes. Not quite. Here's the first one. Just totally missed the second one. I'll have to go a little faster. All right, there we go. Okay. So, I don't even think this is bad. Yeah. So on the roundhouse one, what I do is I come around and then turn the blade and go this way. But if I go too fast, I'll turn and hit with the flat, which is exactly what happened. Well, we got it that time. I don't know if it was clean, but it had. Here we go. Those two bottles. Now, I want to show you guys one of the hardest doubles. This is not the spinning nonsense that I did. This is a real practical, potentially double. Is it light or heavy? You know, I didn't weigh it. I should have, but it does not feel that heavy. Because it's also not, like 18Cs are typically not very long. Balance point. Let's get back a little bit. Was that like 3 inches out, 4 inches out? Around there. Also pretty common with 18Cs is the handles are not particularly long. So you could use this in one hand. It's like pretty agile on one hand. I'll probably do some one-handed cuts with this in a second. Okay, so the double I want to show you guys that I've only ever done it with the cold steel hand and a half sword. And what it is you do a rising false edge cut, and then you turn the sword around to a true edge cut. So it's 2 cuts that way really fast. And you basically hit the same spot with both edges. And what could you use this for? I don't know, potentially if you're beating a blade aside and then coming around and hitting. So, yeah, we'll try a couple of those. All right. Just gonna do one quick practice. Cut, cut. I mean, that should work, right? Totally. feel like I hit something other than the second water bottle. Take a look at the blade since it hit the wood somewhere. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to go back and see, but the sword looks fine. Also, I need to adjust my microphone. Ooh. And yes, I'm wearing two microphones right now. One for the live stream and then one for the videos that we're filming. Yeah, KF1, he knows so much about swords, it's crazy. So does Buy the Sword. Yeah, I would also like to try cutting. Oh, sorry, there's mosquitoes out here. I would also like to try cutting with a shield. If you guys happen to know of a place that makes good historically accurate shields that are not like crazy expensive. Oh, well, here we go. Here's where we hit. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a corner piece right here missing. So that means I wasn't extremely low like I was worried about. Is the stand still in the frame? Okay. Can I get one more, please? 30, please. Here, here. All right. Well, we'll see. Well, aside from getting my camera woman wet, which was hilarious, I got the second bottle, but not the first one. Here's the second bottle. I think we'll give it one more go. Wait, is that the first one? Oh. All right, maybe we did get it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look back at the footage and see if we got it. I have no idea. BTS.
You got it.
Oh, okay. Camera woman is revising. Apparently I got it. Ah, see, I knew I could. Yes, very easy. Haha. Get a cheap Hylian shield for the lulz. Oh my gosh. I saw that what was it? Mini Katana apparently is selling those. I'm sure you can get them somewhere else. But I saw it and it's painted. It looks exactly like plastic, but apparently it's metal. I kind of do want to get one of those actually. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Let's do a couple of one-handed cuts. And then I think we're kind of losing daylight. So I'm probably going to do a couple one-handed cuts, and then that'll be the end of this cutting session. So we'll do a couple of those. Maybe I'll try one more combo cut. I'm going to try one more combo cut. All right. We'll definitely work. All right. I slowed down too much, I think. Too much. But I did get more cuts than before. Mostly empty jug. Be a good chance to do a cut on this. Don't waste your bottles. I don't even know what happened. Okay. We'll do some single-handed cuts now. Move this up just a tiny bit. All right, with the way my cutting is going today, There's a solid chance we'll only get 2. But hopefully I can get more than that. Now we're going to try some single-handed cuts using the upgraded 18C from Swordier. All right, we got 3. We got 3. Not bad. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it with how my cutting's going today. All right. Well, I'll read some comments, and then how's the? Oh, nice. Hello, hello. Good tutorials for making historically accurate round shields. Oh man, buy the sword. I don't know if I'm handy enough to just make a shield. Well, that would be fun to try. Honestly, I'd be interested in trying any shield. And did you guys see that video of the guy with the kite shield who just like shield bashed the other guy into oblivion? That was hilarious. So that makes me want to shield with the shield boss because heck yeah. But anyways, guys, I am going to clean all this mess up and then go eat dinner. I super appreciate you guys checking in. If you guys like seeing these types of behind the scenes and actual cutting, I can definitely do this again. It was great to see all you guys. You guys are awesome and hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Goodbye.